Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online, please check it. All of you are getting my voice on screen, guys. Those are attending in online, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online, guys. Is my voice is clear to all of you? All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in on online. Nice. Lighting. Babu. Amen. Right. Good morning, guys. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think so. In the last class, just we completed the very first JDBC application. So what was the JDBC application here? We completed there. How to create a table in a database just by using Edit Plus that we completed. Sir, am I right or not? Edit Plus we have used there to prepare first JDBC application. There we have used type 1 driver. There we have used what there? Type 1 driver information here we have used. Okay, fine. All right, next one is after that. Today now we are going to understand like what there. Another JDBC application, but this time I want to prepare JDBC application in Eclipse IDE. In Eclipse IDE, I want to prepare JDBC application. In Eclipse IDE, again, I want to use what there? Type 1 driver. In Eclipse IDE, again, I want to use what there? Type 1 driver there. But a small change in our program, I want to prepare the JDBC program to create a table only in the database. But I want to take table name as a dynamic input. I want to take table name as what there? No dynamic input. Employee table only, but employee 2 or employee 3 or employee 4, whatever it may be, some table name I want to take as what their dynamic input. This is the update. This is the program what I'm going to be prepared here now. Right, sir. Now let's understand the program view about this. And please remember this. I'm preparing the notes in a different way today onwards, not in a sublime text, different way. Just rewind to me at the end of the today's session. I will give a link to you how to access it. Understand it here. How to access these notes, how to download these notes, I'll give that. So total documentation I'm preparing there inside the class itself. Diagrams and programs and everything will come into the document there. So at the end, just rewind to me. I will share a link to you to get download of these notes. Okay. Right. Now let's move on to the content here. First of all, let me check this one here. First of all, let me open Eclipse IDE. 2022-06. I think so. 2022-09 may be available. I think it is available. Now try to download it. Okay. All right, sir. Now, previously, what is the workspace I have used there? ADV Java 7 AM prerequisite. That's the folder we have taken. And yesterday, I have taken a new folder for JDBC programs. No, what was that new folder here? I have taken there. Now, let me browse it. Now, here inside this ADV Java 7 AM, then inside this JDBC that we have taken actually. Now, this is JDBC that I want to select as what their workspace. Then we're already I had app01 edit plus application here, but I don't require that. Now JDBC is my workspace now. There I want to prepare my applications. And before that, in prerequisite Eclipse is available. Similarly, in JDBC, I want to create a new folder. What is that new folder here now? Eclipse. Why I'm taking this Eclipse now? In the future, I'm going to prepare JDBC programs by using IntelliJ IDEA also. So that's why under the JDBC folder, I may prepare some applications with what their IntelliJ IDEA. There by the time I will take IntelliJ. Like this I'm going to take. So this is my workspace here. Now let me use this. Let me select it. Right, sir. ADV Java 7 AM JDBC Eclipse. This is a workspace here we are following now. Click on launch button. If we click on this launch button, automatically Eclipse ID will come there with our content. Right, sir. Let it open first. That's it. It will come. Once it is coming there, then we are going to provide some 1 or 2 setups. No, then after that, we are going to prepare JDBC program. And have we tried yesterday's example? Any of you tried yesterday example? Have we got output? The DSNM is okay with your system? Have we created DSNM in your system? Fine. See, as it is, whatever the configurations which I'm using inside the class, if we follow that, as it is, we are able to get outputs. Understand it anyway. Okay, no problem. Even though we are using Oracle 12c or any version of the Oracle, but programs are very same. We are able to get output from our programs. Right, sir. Now let's understand this. Now here, guys, all of you observe carefully. Windows preferences. Let me go for my own setups actually. Then appearances, then here colors and labels and basic. Inside this basic, then what we required actually, dialog font is okay, edit, bold, then it will be like a 12. Okay, then next one is after that text font, but something else 18 here I am able to specify. Then apart from this, editor folders, 300 table font for view. It will be like what I'm telling to you. Bold, and I want to specify like this 12 is okay, but higher, no problem. Now this is sufficient, right? And that's okay, fine. All right, sir. Then all the required things can be completed here. Now observe carefully. Whenever we are getting this, first of all, let me prepare a project. File, new. Then what we have to get there? Now here, are you getting any project here? Maven project here we are getting there. Dynamic web project. Are you getting any Java project here? No. So I have to select what their project. I have to select what their project. Okay. Now here, whenever we are having this project, no, wizard is coming there. Now the very first one is what their Java project. First time when we open Eclipse ID, first time there, the Java project will not come directly. There we have to go for project. There we have to select what their Java project. But second time onwards, Java project will come to the main menu. When we select right click there new, then where we are able to see Java project second time onwards. Right, sir. Now Java project I selected here, click on next button. When you click on next button, now it is asking about like what their project name. What is the name of this project here? APP02. Already 01 we have prepared there. APP02. That is the project name here we are providing. Next one is observe carefully which version of Java here we are using now. Java SE 17th version. That too, the 17th version is not in my system own. Eclipse ID is giving directly Java 17 version by default. That is used here now. But if you want to use type on driver in our JDBC applications, what Java version we required? Java 1.7 is required. So I need to change it or not? Now let me change it now. Now I have to go for what there? Java SE 1.7. Please remember this. As I want to use type on driver, then definitely what I required, 1.7 version I required. Next, now here JRE, this is by default 1.17 JRE. By default is available, but what I required actually 1.7, which is there in my system now. That JRE I required. So click on configure JRE. No problem. Click on what there? Configure JRE. Here this is Eclipse IDE provided JRE. Open JDK. Have you observed this clearly? 1.17 actually. So we don't require this. Now here, what I required here, I need to add another one. Add standard virtual machine. Standard virtual machine. Click on next term. JRE home here we have to select. In my system already JRE 7 is installed already. Directory. Go to the C drive. Inside the C drive, what you have to do there? Java. Inside the Java, JRE 7 is available. Am I right or not? That I have to select a folder. Now we are able to get it and click on finish button. Here JRE 7 is coming or not? Now here Eclipse ID provided JDK 1.17. This is a JRE 7 in my system. Now that I have to select or not? Here I have to select this. Now I selected this one. Not Eclipse ID provided this now. Now click on apply, apply and close. Now automatically here we are able to see. One minute, guys. Okay. Use default JRE 7 and workspace compiler preference. That's okay. That we can use. That's sufficient here. Not required to select even these two also. Here we can select it. Then automatically we are able to get this. Click on what button there? No, next button. No problem here. If anything is not possible, then at runtime I will change it. Even after providing this project creation also, we can change the JRE versions. Don't worry for it. Or else maybe we can do one point here. Select this here, configure JRE is no. We can remove this. Remove this. If we remove this, only one is available. That is our selected one is available. Apply and close. No, still it is not coming there. No problem. Now here, let me select this one here. Click on next button. I'll check it. If it is not coming, then I will do some modifications. Click on finish button here. Open perspective. That's okay. Fine. Finally, APP02. Here we are getting there as a project. Project is coming or not? Now here, what JRE is coming, sir? JRE 7. That's fine. Now let us check this clearly. Now this is what exactly the jar files are available. Our library is available in which jar file actually? rt.jar file. If you open this rt.jar file, where we have to search for our driver class. What is the driver class there for type on driver? sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. Let us search for that package here. Let us search for that package there. Sun now. Observe carefully. If we come down here, sun.jdbc. Have you seen at any location here JDBC? Please check this here. sun.jdbc.odbc is available or not? sun.jdbc.odbc. If you open this, there we need to identify our class. What is that class here now? JDBC ODBC driver. Identified or not? So JDBC ODBC driver class is available in my Java. So I can use the type on driver class name. Right, sir. Now let me elaborate this. Let me leave this one. No, not required here. Just we checked it whether it is available or not available. It's okay. We understood it. It is available clearly. That's okay. Fine. So finally, I opened Eclipse IDE. Then where I created a project. While creating project, I changed my Java version from 1.17 version to 1.7 version. that I have used here. Successfully I have done it. Next, I have to create a Java class, tester class. I need to create there. Right click on src new a class. I require this. Now here inside this we can specify the package name. What is the package name? Here I have to specify there com dot durgasoft dot app02 dot tester. Package name is what? The tester. Class name. At a time we can provide package name and class name also. Class name is what? There no tester. Main method is required or not required? Main method is required. Click on finish button. Then automatically here main class is generated. Alright sir, here what we are getting there, main class is generated. Now here I need to prepare my JDBC logic. For time being, what I am telling there, throws exception, throws exception for the sake of program safety purpose. Why? Because I'm going to use some predefined methods inside the main method. The predefined methods of JDBC are able to throw out some exception. Are able to throw out what there? Some exception. That exceptions we must handle inside the main method. The methods which are used inside the main method are throwing some exceptions, checked exceptions, of course. Then we have to handle the checked exceptions there. To handle these checked exceptions, then what we have to do there? There we have to use like what they know, this total throws exception, or else we have to use try catch finally. But I will introduce again try catch finally in our JDB's applications, no, with a standard template. Let me complete one or two examples with this. Now, after completion of this, in the previous example, I given comments, but now I don't want to give comments directly. I want to go for it. Now you only tell me, guys. You only tell me how to load and register the driver. How to load and register the driver? Just by using what there class dot for name method. What we have to provide inside this for name method? Driver class name. What is the driver class name for type on driver? Sun dot jdbc dot odbc dot jdbc odbc driver. Nice. Please cross check it. Any spelling mistake is available or not. Even a single letter mistake will not allow our program to execute. So every time we have to check it. Java is strictly a typed programming language where data types at the same time strictly case sensitive programming language. There is a separate recognition for lowercase letters and uppercase letters. So without failure, we have to cross check this total content. Class dot for name sun dot jdbc dot odbc dot jdbc odbc driver. Leave it now. Next one is what is the second step now? Come on, what is the second step there? Establish connection between Java application and database. Tell me how am I going to establish the connection here now? What in the section I have to write? Connection. What next one? Connection con is equal to what you have to write there? Driver manager dot get connection. How many parameters we required here? Three parameters we required. What are the three parameters? Can know driver URL. What is the driver URL? Please confirm to me. JDBC colon ODBC colon. You already created DSN name or not? You already created DSN name or not? Yes, we created DSN name. There we have to use the DSN name. But don't copy and paste my DSN name. It will not work in our system. So this is my system. I configured ODBC driver with my name. That's why I'm using that. In our program, in our system, you might be created DSN name with your name. Try to use that. Next one is after that. Now get database username here we have to write. What is it? My database username system. What is my database password? Durga. Durga is my database password. Semicolon. That's okay, fine. Finally, what we completed here no establish connection we completed. After that, what next one here no? We need to create what there statement here we have to create. Statement java.sql statement only. Statement is available in java.beans package, java.sql package. There we have to select what they know java.sql package only, not java.beans package. Please recognize this. Statement st is equal to con dot create statement. Statement st is equal to con dot create statement. That what we are getting now. Yes, sir. Got it or not? So statement we created. Then after that, what next one here now? I need to write and execute SQL query or not. So I'm going to write and execute SQL query. But here my point is what there. I want to take table name as a dynamic input. I want to take table name as what they know, dynamic input. I will ask to the user, enter table name, enter employee related table name. User may enter EMP1 or EMP2 or EMP3 like this, no? Then we have to get that. Then we have to use the table name in our SQL query. Now let's observe carefully. Now I need to take dynamic input or not. How I'm going to take dynamic input? Now to take dynamic input, how many approaches are available? Three approaches are available. What are the three approaches now? One is what there? Buffer reader. Second one is what there? Scanner. Third one is what there? Console. But console will not run under IDEs now. So forget about this console. Then two options are available. Buffer reader and scanner. Then which one we have to use there now? Of course, I can use scanner there, but anyway, buffer data is also available in the startup mode. Let me use buffer data. After completion of one or two examples, then we will move on to what their scanner get. But every opportunity, every possibilities we are going to see now. Now here, I need to prepare what they know, buffered reader. Buffered reader, BR is equal to new buffered reader. New buffered reader. Observe carefully. Then where inside this, then what we are able to provide there? New input stream reader. Sorry, new input stream reader. Then inside this, then what we have to provide there? System dot in. Already we understood the statement clearly. So buffer data here we have taken. After getting this buffer data, then what next one, sir? We have to ask to the user to enter table name or not. Alright, so here what I am telling there, observe carefully. Observe carefully. Now here I'll ask the user, what is the shortcut for Cessna Doubted Println Eclipse now? Syswo. If we click on it, there we are able to get the Cessna Doubted Println. There here, what I am telling there, first of all, I need to display the data. Print method I want to use, not println. Why? Because in the same line, I want to take my dynamic input. So table name, then suggestion is what there, employee, EMP related. Okay, just I'm telling there, EMP some related. That's a suggestion just I'm providing there. What employee I required here, EMP related employee only. Why? Because I'm taking only table name, but column names I have to hard code. Column names I have to fix it. Column names their data types. So I'm trying to prepare only what table there no EMP table only. But maybe that number may be different, EMP1 or EMP2 or something else. Just for the sake of our practice, this example I'm giving there, right? Understand it now. Now here we have to provide like what there, we have to take that one. Okay, now just we are asking to the user, enter table name, that the suggestion is what there, employee related. User may enter some table name that we have to take or not. But user has entered table name that we have to take or not. To take that employee user provided table name, here we have to use string table name is equal to what we have tried there, br dot readline method. String table name is equal to br dot readline method. So finally here we have taken table name. After getting this table name, next we have to write and execute SQL query or not. Then we have to write and execute SQL query. How we are able to write and execute SQL query? Now get observe carefully. st dot execute. Which method here we have to use? Execute query or execute update? Execute query. My requirement is creating table. I need to execute non-select SQL query. To execute non-select SQL query, which method we have to use there? Execute query or execute update? Execute update method. Execute update here we have to use. Inside this execute update method, there we have to write what there? Select SQL query here we have to write. What select SQL query here? No, sorry, not select SQL query. We have to write what there? Create SQL query. First of all, let me create a total SQL query. Create table. Then after that, here we have to provide table name or not. Let's understand it. EMP1 table name I provided. I fixed it. Later I will change it. Don't worry for it. Then here we need to provide parenthesis. No, here we have to specify ENO number of 5. Sorry, number of 5 primary key that we provided here, comma, e name varchar 2 of 10, comma, e cell float of 5, comma, e addr varchar 2 of 10. Like this here we have to provide or not? Guys, after this SQL query, what I have given there? Try to understand it. No, st.execute update of create table emp1. This name I will change. No, but for our reference purpose, I have written it emp1 envo number 5 primary key comma ename varchar 2 of 10 ecell float of 5 eaddr varchar 2 of 10. That what we are getting there. Now let's come for this point here. I don't know which table that user has entered. That one here we have to provide. Now in place of this emp1, I need to provide table name variable value or not. Because of that is what I am telling there. Here I want to remove this table name. In place of this, I want to end double quotation. Again, I want to start double quotation where I want to provide plus and plus. There I want to write like what there table name. This concatenation I applied. My requirement is what there in place of table name. I want to provide a dynamic value. I have taken already table name from user in the form of table name variable. It is available. So first I have written with the emp1. In place of that, I terminated here. The string is started that I terminated here. Please remember this here. Space is required. Here space is mandatory. If space is not available, no exception we are able to get SQL exception. After the table keyword, space is required. After that only you have to terminate this double quotation. Then after that plus a table name, plus a table name, plus. Now this is the value, variable value we appended here. We concatenated here along with our data. Then plus double quotations without space parenthesis. Just try to understand it. What I am telling there. Try to compare this SQL query with this one here. Create. Now here we need to provide the data in the form of what there double quotations. Double quotations here. Observe carefully. Here what we have to provide create a table emp1 parenthesis. Now here we need to provide what there envo number 5. Then here what we are able to provide there no primary key. Next one is like what there ename varchar 2 of 10 comma ecell float of 5 comma eaddr varchar 2 of 10. Like this here we can specify, and finally here we can specify this one also. Now get this is our original query, but in place of this emp1 I need to specify what there the table name that user has entered. That's why here what I have done here in place of this, I need to close this string now. I have closed this is string open here. Here immediately I need to close this string up to this space, including space I have to close this. Then after closing this, then what we have to do there to close this one double quotation and here we have to use. After that, then what next one here? Remaining part is also a string here in place of this, but in place of this emp1, remaining part is also a string. Then I have to start again string here. Now this is one string and this is what they know another string, but between these two I need to take two pluses now. Why? Because in between these two pluses only I need to provide what they know table name variable. Then I have used like what they know table name. Now okay, understand this clearly now. This is one string. Am I right or not? To this string we are adding table name. Now this overall thing is acting as what there again string. For example, emp2, emp10 table name I added. Create a table space emp10. The total it is what the string. To the string I'm appending, I'm concatenating the remaining part of the query. To the string I'm concatenating what the remaining part of the string here. No? So in this way, here we provided like what there no the table name we included in our query. For this table name, already we had some value. That value will be applied there clearly. Sir, all of you are getting my point or not? Okay, fine. Now let's observe carefully. Then if it is executed successfully, then flow of execution will come to the next line. If it is not executed successfully, flow of execution will not come to the next line here. There we are able to get some exception now. Now let me check this one here. Sysnot println of table plus table name plus created successfully. That's it now. Now here we are getting this. Then finally, what we have to do, guys? Now tell me, we have to close the resources or not? How we are going to close the resources? No, right, sir. We need to go for like what there con dot close method. Is it required to close statement now? As we closed the connection already, not required to close statement separately. or else if you don't want to use this approach, no, if you want to close statement separately, before con dot close only, we have to write like what there, st dot close. I get my point or not? First you have to close st dot close, then after that we have to close what there, con dot close. This we have to use. Then only here we are able to get our content. Now let us check this clearly. Right, sir. My program is ready. My program is executed successfully. Total everything here I completed about my program. Now try to understand this. Now we need to execute our program. Please cross check this here. Any problem is coming with our program there? All these import statements are automatically provided by Eclipse ID. I'm not doing anything, right? Next one is, this is load and register the driver. This is connection establishment. This is statement creation. This is buffer editor. And now table name we have taken as a dynamic input. Next one is what there, write and execute SQL query, model query I have written. As per that here we provided what there, table name. Next one is table name created successfully, conduct clause. This is what exactly the content here we prepared now. First of all, let me open database, guys. Anyway, different approaches are available to open database, no, but I've opened like what there, this one, guys. Here what I have to write there, SQL plus I have to write. Click on enter button. There we have to provide system slash Durga. Then here we are able to get it like what there, connected to this particular database. Now let me check it. Description EMP1. EMP1 table is available or not available? Already existed here now. So I don't want to create EMP1 table now. I want to create some other table there. EMP10 or namesake, some other table here I want to create. Now let's observe this clearly. Let me run this program. Here we have run button here. Now click on this run button here. Java exception has occurred. Virtual machine launcher. Let me check it. Unsupported class version. Nice. Major version 61.0. Nice. Very good. Don't worry. Right click here. Properties. Java build path. Libraries. JRE system is existed. Remove this. Now here I want to add this one. Module path, class path. Class path I may select it now. Inside this, add library. JRE system library. Next button. Now here execution environment 1.7 on flow. I'm adding that in my required Java version here. Apply and close. Now JRE alternative JRE is what there. JRE 7 already we selected here. That's okay, fine. Now here I want to use this one. Even not selected this here. 1.7 JRE 7. That's fine. That I have to select here. Java SE 1.7. JRE is also like what there 1.7. That I want to use. Click on finish button. Alright, so now it is added. Apply and close. Don't worry. On flow, we can add what there 1.7 to our project here. Click on this button here. No, now it is asking what there. Come on, guys. What it is asking there? No, table name. I need to enter some table name or not? What's the table name here? I have to enter there. EMP1 is already existed. If we provide EMP1 again, there we are able to get an exception. Table or view already existed something else. No, so I want to create something else like what there EMP10. What's the table name here? I entered here. No, EMP10 is a table name I entered here. Click on enter button. Here what I created here. No, table EMP10 created successfully. Table EMP10 created successfully. Am I right or not? All right, so now this table is created. Now let's observe this clearly whether this EMP10 table is created or not. Description EMP10 description EMP10. Click on enter button here. Now table is created or not? With the same configurations here now. EMP10 is created. Right now, this is an example here. We can understand clearly about what there another example, but how to prepare application in Eclipse IDE. But please remember this whenever we are preparing this application, whenever we are preparing this JDBC applications, whenever we are preparing this in Eclipse IDE, please try to check the Java version, especially for type 1 driver. Then please check the Java version here now. Right, sir. The same program here I provided now. Now try to recognize this program. I copied it inside this one. Now try to understand it clearly. Yes, guys, all of you are getting my points clearly. What I'm telling to you. Fine, nice. Let's observe this clearly. For this program is ready. That's okay, fine. So Totally. Now, how many programs we completed? No, 2 programs. But in both the programs, I have used which driver? Type 1 driver only. Both the programs are meant for what? They're creating table in the database. In first example, table name is hard coded. In the second example, table name we have taken as what? Their dynamic input. Step by step, I'm planning there. Now try to understand it clearly. Now here, understand this point, guys. All of you know. Now, listen carefully, all of you know. Okay. All right, sir. Now here, what I'm telling to you, if we want to use type 4 driver provided by, if you want to use type 4 driver provided by Oracle, then we have to use the following driver class name and driver URL. What is a driver class name and driver URL? Here we have to use there. Try to understand this clearly. First one is, here we have to specify driver class name. What is the driver class name? Here we have to understand there. Oracle dot JDBC dot, what next one here? Oracle driver. Nice. Next one is what there? This is driver class name. Then driver URL is what there? Driver URL is JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate localhost colon 1521 colon XE. If your database is a enterprise edition 12C, maybe majority of you are having 12C or 18C or 19C or maybe 21C. If you have that C versions or G versions, 11G or something 10G, like whatever it may be. If you have the databases now, in place of this XE, what we have to provide there? ORCL. What we have to provide there? ORCL. Got my point or not? Right, sir. Now here, for the sake of you, I'm giving clarity. For the sake of like what there, Oracle 21 XE, that is all for all XE versions. For all XE versions. Next one is, another thing is like what they know, observe carefully. JDBC colon, Oracle colon, thin colon, at the rate, localhost colon, 1521 colon, ORCL. This is for what purpose they know? Oracle 12C. Then in other words, I'm telling like what there for all C versions. That means enterprise editions that we have to write depending on your database, that we have to prepare, that we have to take. All right, so next one is after completion of this, then what next point here we have to understand it now. Of course, in the previous program, br.close is also be required. No problem here. Yes, we can close that resource also. I forgot it. Don't worry. br.close is also be required. In the application also be, I'm going to specify this here. Br.close also be okay, required. Nice. All right, sir. Now let's observe carefully. Here, this is what we have used here. Driver URL. Then one more point here I'm telling to you regarding this particular one. What is that one more point here? All of you guys observe carefully. That one more point is, listen carefully. If you want to use type 1 driver, if you want to use type 4 driver in JDBC applications, in JDBC applications, then what we have to do? Then we have to make available driver class to the JDBC application or to the JVM. For this, what we have to do there? For this, we have to set which environment variable? Class path environment variable to the location where driver class is existed. Already we understood this point in the steps now. Type 4 driver, if we want to use, then we have to set class path environment variable to the driver class where the driver class is existed. All right, sir. Now, okay, let me check this clearly what I am telling to you. How we are able to provide this content here. Right, sir. Right, observe carefully here what I'm telling there. Right. Now the next thing is like what there? I need to write that intersection. What's that intersection here? Set class path is equal to at which location the driver is existed here, at which location is available here. First go to the Oracle where you installed. First go to the Oracle where you installed C colon, inside the C colon. Then what next one here? No, C. Then inside this. Then what next one here? I need to go for Oracle 12 XE 21 XE Oracle 21 XE. Inside this, what is that one? No, DB home XE. Inside this, then what we have to search there? JDBC. Inside this lib. Inside this lib, then what we required here? If you want to use Java 8 version, we can use OJDBC 8. But if you want to use like what they know, 11th version of the Java or more, 11 or more versions there, then we have to use what there? OJDBC 11.jar file. Now here we have to keep that slash here. OJDBC 11.jar file is existed here. Now try to copy this total address. Copy this, copy, control C, copy this. Then here, let me go for our drive here. Now here we want to paste it and semicolon. Now class path is equal to what we are getting there. No, this particular one here we are getting. Set class path is equal to C Oracle 21xe DB home xe JDBC lib OJDBC 11.jar file. Sir, all of you get my point or not? This we have to use. But anyway, this setup is required whenever we are using edit plus. Whenever we are using edit plus. But if we use Eclipse IDE, we don't require this class path setups now. IDE's main advantage is to avoid this kind of configurations only. So if I use Eclipse IDE, then what we have to do now? All of you observe carefully. Note, if we use Eclipse IDE for JDBC applications, if we use Eclipse IDE for JDBC applications, then what we have to do there? If we want to use Eclipse IDE, right, sir? If we want to use Eclipse IDE for JDBC applications, then it is not required to set the class path environment variable. It is not required to set the class path environment variable explicitly. Simply what we have to do there? Simply add OJDBC 11.jar file in a build path. In a build path. Build path is nothing but class path only. Build path is like what they know, class path only. That we have to do there. But how we are going to do this? How we are going to add this? That I will give the step by step clearly. Now try to understand this point clearly now. Alright guys, shall we go for it? Can I prepare the project here with all these things? Then where I want to show these points now. First of all here what I am telling there, create a Java project. Create a Java project, that is point number one. After creating Java project, then what I have to do there? Now let me show this point clearly. Right guys, now let me prepare a project here. To prepare this project, what I have to do there now? Just here what I am telling there, just here in this space, right click here, or else a file new or right click here, new. Now here what we are getting there, Java project, but previously it is not visible. But one time if we select that one, it will come to the main menu. That is Eclipse internal, right? Click on the Java project. Inside the Java project, what is that number here? I have to provide the no app03. app03 that we provided here. Now tell me guys, you all of you tell me which version of Java here I have to use. Of course, we can use Java 1.7 also we can use. For type 4 driver will work with all these things now, but as we are using latest versions here in our content, that we can use there. So latest version, what latest version here I need to use there? Java SE 17 I can use. Then uses project specific JRE. I don't require the JRE. Now here, let me go for it. Configure that. Previously, what is available here now? 1.17 is available or not? That I want to use. Click on next button here. Now JRE home. Already I had that 1.7 in my system here. Let me use that. Now here, let me go for this Java. JDK 17 is available. Now let me select it. No problem. JDK also here we can select. For JRE, in place of JRE, JDK. Why? Because in Java 17 version, no separate folder is available for JRE. Only JDK will come. That we have to select here. Now click on finish button. Now what is available, guys? JDK 17 is available. JRE 7 is not required. Let me select the JDK 17 only. JRE 7 in the future, if I require that, then I will use this. That's why I don't want to remove this. Why? Because every time I don't want to configure it. All right, so now click on this apply button, click on apply and close care. Now here I'm using like what they know, JRE 17. Here itself it has to come actually, but still it is coming JRE 7 only. Okay, no problem. Here you use default JRE JDK 17.0.4. That's okay, fine. Workspace compiler preference. That's okay, nice, no problem here. But I want to use what there JRE 17. No problem here. In the case if I require to change anything in the future, I will change it here. But as of now, I selected what there JRE Java 17 version here. Click on next button here. Right, sir. Libraries, if you observe this, what is available, sir? Java SE 17 is available with module path. Actually, that is required with what they know class path. But that I have to change anyway. Here also here we can change it now. But anyway, all these things are not required here. By default, we are able to have 17, then directly we can use it. But I'm manipulating with number of Java versions here. That's why we are getting this particular one here. Got my point or not? Okay. Or else maybe later on I will change it if I get any problem here. But as of now, I don't want to do this. But this I required in what they know class path I required here. But unfortunately, we got it for what they know module path. We are not using any module system in our application there. So here we have to add this actually. Select it again. Here we can go for add library, then JRE system library. Next button. Here we have to go for environments. Here we need to go for like what there JRE Java SE 17 here. Add and close. And now here what we are getting there environment. Um, 17, yeah, that what we are getting, that's okay, fine. Click on finish button. Here also we can change there for class path. This is not required for us, just we can remove this. I selected this. Now here we added to what there class path here. Guys, all these things no need to get any confusion here. By default in the system we will get that 17, then directly we can use that. All right, so even 7 is also possible. Java 7 is also possible here, we can use that. Click on finish button here. Module I don't require, don't create it. All right, sir. Now get totally application that 3 is created or not? ABB 3 is created or not? And now here what we are getting SRC JRE system library for what they know Java SE 17 here we are getting. That's okay, guys. All right, sir. Next one is like what there, what I'm telling here. Now I need to now here the required part is required. We need after creating Java project, I need to add OJDBC 11.jar file to our build path or not? Come on, guys. Then what we have to do there? Right click on project. Go for what their properties. What steps here we required? You know, already we are providing steps. No, create Java project. Then what next one? You know, right click on project. Then after that, right click on project. After right clicking on this project, then what next one? You know, select properties. Select properties. Then after selecting properties here, what we are able to get there? No, observe carefully. Here, whenever we select these properties there, then here we need to select what there Java build path. Select Java build path. Observe carefully. Here we have to write like what there. Select Java build path. Java build path. Okay. Then after selecting Java build path, what next one here? Observe carefully. Fifth one is what there. If we select the Java build path, libraries we have to select. By default might be selected here. Otherwise we have to select libraries. Libraries here we have to select. Okay, fine. Now here we need to go for like what there. Select libraries. Libraries tab. This is like what the libraries tab. Then after that, after selecting libraries tab there, what we have to do there, select a class path. What we have to select, sir? Class path here we are, but again it will come under module path. Don't worry for it. Already in our project it is available here. No to worry for it. Select a class path. Select a class path. Select a class path. Select a class path. Then after that, what next one here? After selecting this class path here, no, we can identify this. Add external jars. What we have to select there? Add external jars. Select add external jars. Select add external jars button. We have to select it now. Then after selecting that, then what we have to do there now here after completion of this now, search for the, go to the OJDBs 11.jar file where it is available here C drive. Inside the C drive where it is available here Aragil 21XE. Inside this DB home XE. Inside this then where it is available here no JDBC. Inside this JDBC lib. Inside this OJDBs 11.jar file is available. Got my point or not? So we have to select it. So what we have to do there? And select OJDBC 11.jar file which is available yet where it is available, sir? Already we got that location here, right? Which is available at this location here. This part here we have to specify that which is available at this location now. Right, sir. Then what next one here? After providing this particular one here, what we have to do there? Now observe carefully. After selecting that, click on open button. Then here it is available. Click on apply and close. Then here what we have to do there? Click on open button. Next one, click on apply button. It's not mandatory, but observe carefully here what we have done there. Click on open button. Right, sir. Click on apply button. Then what next one here? Click on apply and close button. That's it, guys. Then all the points here I given to you. Now try to recognize this clearly. Finally here, what we are getting there, what we understood the points here, totally here, how to add a jar file to the build path. How to add a jar file to what they know build path. That part here we understood there. Next one, after completion of this, then what next one here no reference libraries part is available. Inside this reference libraries there we can see what there OJDBC 11.jar file. So now comfortably we are able to use what they know. We are able to use typo driver in our JDBC application. Nothing I have done, just a Java project I created where in the build path I added OJDBC 11.jar file. Up to that only I have done. Next remaining part is very same. Now here I have to create, right click on SRC and new. I have to create like what there a class here I have to take package and class. At a time I'm going to take class now. Here we can take like what their package name. What's that package name here? I'm going to provide there com dot Durgasoft dot app03 dot what next one here no tester. Right, so now main method class name I want to take like what their tester. Main method here I need to select no public static void main string array args. Click on finish button. Automatically here we are getting what there no tester.java. That's okay, fine. Now here after getting this, now here we have to prepare our JDBC logic. What is the logic here I want to use there? Try to understand it. No. Now here observe carefully. Right, sir. With the typo driver, same create table query I want to execute again here. Same create table query I want to execute again. But here the chances are available. What changes here we have to do there? Listen carefully. What changes here we have to do there? I want to take table name as a dynamic input. Not only table name. I want to take field names, field data types, and field sizes, primary key columns, everything I want to take as a dynamic input. Now check it now. It's the toughest program only for understanding. But first of all, as we are using typo driver does, prepare previous program as is with the typo driver so that we can comfortably finish this example. After that, we are going to plan for what there all our conventions now. Then what we want to use there. You want to prepare a simple table or you want to prepare a complex table now. Check all of you. Option is yours. So typo driver anyway we are providing some changer. So simple program you want to prepare with the typo driver first. Then I will go for the complex program or directly complex program now. Direct complex program only. Simple program. Okay. Anyway, then as per my responsibility, I need to explain to you, not try to understand it clearly. Nothing. First two examples we have done, but typo driver here we have done. But inside this program, lot of changes will come. That's why I'm telling about it. Do one thing. Anyway, they're not suggestible to immediately go for up to that level. First, let me prepare the same previous program here for the sake of your practice. In the next example, I will show all these points. Yes, guys, all of you are getting my point or not? Let me show this. Here also some changes are available, but observe this clearly. In this example, I don't want to use throws keyword. Throws keyword is not suggestible always. So I don't want to use what they know, throws keyword. So instead of it, what we have to use there? Try catch finally. Now first of all, let me prepare try catch finally. Try catch finally. Nice. Try catch finally. Here itself I am telling you directly e dot print stack trace method. Right, sir. If we are using try catch finally in JDBC, we need to follow some setups. What setups here we need to follow? There's some conventions now. Declare all the resources before the try block. What resources we require here? Some dynamic input I required. So I required what they know? Buffered reader. Buffered reader. Please recognize this every time. Previously also I given simple names for the variables, but that is not suggestible. You have to use the complete names for the variables. This I declared. Buffered header is equal to null. This is a standardization. Observe carefully. Next one, after that, I require connection or not? I need connection here. So here, what I have to do there? Connection, what I need to be specified there? Connection is equal to null. Please, all of you recognize this, what I am telling to you. After this connection, I require statement or not? Definitely we need a statement here. Statement, statement is equal to null. So all my declarations, all the resources I declared before a try block. Now I need to create all the resources inside the try block. We have to prepare all the resources inside what their try block. Now here what I have to use there? Class dot for name of. Here I need to go for which driver class name there? Typho driver provided by Oracle. So what is the driver class name here we have to provide? Come on, Oracle dot JDBC dot. What next one again? No, Oracle driver. Oracle driver that we are able to get. That's okay, fine. Then after that, we need to establish connection or not. How we are able to establish connection here? Now tell me, connection is equal to already connection we declared there. Connection is equal to then what we have to provide there? Now tell me, driver manager dot what method here we are able to provide? No, get connection. Here three parameters here we have to provide. First parameter should be what they know. First parameter should be what they know. JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate localhost colon 1521 colon XE. This is my XE. But for example, if your database is Oracle 12C, then what we have to write there? JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate localhost colon 1521 colon. What next one here we have to provide there? No, ORCL we have to write. Right. Sir. Next one is database username and password here we have to provide system and password should be like what they know Durga that I have to provide. Then semicolon. Semicolon is mandatory, right? Next one. After that, what next one here we have to do there? No, we have to prepare what objects there? No, statement object here we have to create. Already statement is declared or not? Right. Statement is equal to connection dot what we have to write there? No, create statement here we have to write. This is the actual standardization what we are going to follow in our application development. Try to understand it. Then after that, after creating statement now, here we have to write and execute SQL query or not. Here we have to write and execute SQL query. To write and execute SQL query, first we have to take table name as a dynamic input or not. Table name is what they know, dynamic input here. So for the purpose here, what I am telling there, sysna doubted print of, here I am telling there like what there, table name but suggestion I want to specify there what table name here we want to create there. Now this time student table, student related. Previously employee related we created there, but this time I want to go for what there no student related. The table here I want to prepare. All right, sir. Now anyway, then after that, then user may enter table name that I have to get the table name. String table name is equal to what we have to provide the no buffered reader dot read line method. So here we are able to get like what there table name here we are getting. Whenever we are getting table name, then what we have to do there? Whenever we are getting table name, then what we have to do there? We have to write and execute SQL query or not? Let's understand this, guys. What I'm telling there. St dot, sorry, not st here. Statement dot. What's that method here? We have to provide there no execute update method here. We have to write execute update. Here we have to write that SQL query. What is that SQL query here? We have to write there. Now tell me. First of all, here we have to provide what there? Create a table. Create a table space. What next one here? Create a table space. Then what next one? Table name we have to provide or not? After giving space, here plus, here we have to provide what there? Table name. Again plus, then curly brace. That means again quotations. There we have to take like what there? Parenthesis. Where I want to provide what there? Student ID, SID. Now student ID I want to take like what there? Varchar 2 of 10. This I want to make primary key. So here what we have to do there? No, primary key, comma. And then what next one here we have to take the no yes name, student name, varchar 2 of 10. Again I'm taking their comma. Student address. Again I'm taking like what there? Varchar 2 of 10. Finish. My total SQL query is ready for preparing like what their student table. Now it's okay fine. Now here we completed this. Now click on enter button. Then it will come to the next line here. Student ID. Anything we can use. Primary key value might be anything, no issues. This is not auto-generated primary key. We are entering the primary key. See, the primary key may be any data type. Then we don't have restriction like only number type. Understand my point here? Anything is allowed here. But in the case of auto-generated keys now, auto-generated value where some primary key generation algorithms are available. As per that algorithms here, our database is following which algorithm that we have to identify. As per that, we have to specify the data types now. But whenever we are giving primary key values explicitly, there are no restrictions over the data types. No, there we can provide any type of data type. Understand? Say for example, if auto-generated keys here, if we take now, auto-generated values, if we take now, where Oracle database is not supporting what their string-related primary keys. MySQL database is supporting what their string-related data. That means string-related data types as a primary keys now. But that is when it is a case now, when auto-generated keys are available, there it will be useful. But now here, student data value is provided by whom? We are providing that. Whenever we are providing that student ID and all these things now, there we can specify our own data. You will not get any problem here now. But that is a case in the case of what there now auto-generated keys now. But here we are providing values, not auto-generated values now, so that we can use any type of data type now, right? Leave it. Anyway, then I'll show this point also. Don't worry for it. I will insert one or two records there also. We can understand it clearly. All right, guys. Now, after completion of this, executed. Our SQL query might be executed. If it getting any problem there, it will come to what their catch block. If it's not having any exception here it able to provide like what their system outdated println of. Here we can specify table plus a table name plus created successfully. Created what there successfully. That it is completed, guys. Now tell me if any problem is coming there. Here e.print stack trace method is available that is able to display all the exception messages clearly. Or else if you want to provide in more convenient way, then what I'm telling there system outed println of table. Observe carefully here. If you want to use the table in outside of the try block now, then what we have to do there now? Simply we have to declare this one in outside here is equal to null we have to take, or maybe empty string here we have to take here. Now here we have to take like what the table name. If we want to use the table name variable in outside of try also, if it is a case now, try to declare that the table name variable in outside of the try, then use that inside the try or maybe inside the catch here. It's okay, fine. Table plus a table name, right? Not that means failure, creation failure. Just I want to write some information here. When it will come to the catch block now, when table is not created, whenever we are getting an exception, then it will come to what block there? No, catch block here. Right, guys. Now here, as per the convention, declare the resources before try block. Create the resources inside the try block. Then what next one here? Close the resources inside what block there? No, finally block no. But close methods are able to raise again exceptions here. To overcome that exceptions here, again what we have to take there? No, try and catch inside like what their finally block. Inside what there finally block here, we have to take what now? Try and catch. Now inside this try block, what we have to do then, observe carefully. Now here we have to provide directly. Observe carefully. We need to close all the resources. First of all here, we have to close like what they know, buffered reader dot close. This one here we have to use. And then after this, buffered reader dot close. What next one here no? Directly we are able to use like what there connection dot close. Right, sir. Similarly, not required to close statement, not required to close any other one here. Buffer reader and as well as like what they know connection. Both here we are able to close. Right, guys. Now this is the program here we provided. In this program, what changes here we have used, sir? Now tell me, all of you know, what changes here we have done here in this application there. Gradually, I'm giving some bit complexity in our applications now. I have used a try catch finally. Type 4 driver I have used. These two changes here we identified in this application. Try catch finally, then what next one you know? Like what there and apart from this type 4 driver now. That's okay, fine. All the points here we understood there. Now here I saved it. The remaining part is I have to execute this. Before going to execute this, now let me check it. Description student one table is existed, not existed again. Now let me create that anyway. Now let me click on this run button here. Run. Some exceptions here we are getting is now try to observe this clearly. Null pointer exception here we are getting. Why null pointer exception is coming there? Buffer data is not created, am I right? Where we have to create that buffer data here? Here we have to create that. Right, sir. Buffer data is not created, right? Buffered reader is equal to new buffered reader, new input stream reader. There what we have to provide there no system dot this I forgot, I think so, right? After creating buffer data only here we have to access like what there read line method. That's okay, fine. Now then required thing here we completed. Click on this button here. Now here table name or the table name session is what there no student only table name directly student only I'm taking there. Okay, student one or something else in the database what I checked there no student one, for example student one I'm giving their table name. Click on enter button. Now here what we are getting the response here now, table student one created successfully, table student one created successfully. Okay, fine. Now let me check in the database here. Previously description student one, there we are getting object student one does not exist. All right, so description student one, here we are getting like what there SID, SNAME, SID. The table is created or not? As per our requirement, the table is created clearly. Guys, all of you are getting my point there? Is it clear to all of you? Right, sir. Nice. Fine. Today is what is the date actually? 16th, right? Okay, fine. Right, sir. Now this is another example here we can understand. Example quote. Right. The total code here I given there in the document we can understand. Okay. Let's try to recognize this. So previously I used to share all my documents through Google Classroom. Okay, but whenever I'm uploading one thing, automatically we are getting some mail. That is continuously we are getting mail. This problem you identified. Moreover, in that Google Classroom, every day separately have to upload the content. Diagrams separately and the notes separately. Text file I'm uploading there. But we are not seeing that. We have to download separately the diagrams. We have to download separately that text document daily. So some work I feel it is somewhat difficult for us. That's why I identified a channel. What is the channel here? Understand it now. Uh, just I prepared some links to you. All right, sir. Now this is like what there advanced Java link. Okay. Now try to use this. All of you guys. Now try to take this link. Take this link. https://tinyurl.com/adv java 7am nodes URL. tinyurl.com/adv java 7am nodes. Will you keep that image permanently? Those who are taking in mobile phone? Okay, no issues. Just try to remember that tinyurl.com is a short links website only slash ADV Java 7am nodes. Remember this. That's it. You'll get it. So please try to open it one time. Open it one time in your mobile phones. Open browser. There type this total URL. All of you guys. Yes. Open. Are you able to open that folder? As a folder access I have given for everybody. If you open that folder where we are able to see what file there no document file is available. What's the document we are able to get? Advanced Java. Advanced Java 7am document is open. Just if we click on it, automatically the document will be open. I given access to you as well as like what there editor option I have given for everybody. We can download that document every day. But I'm telling you, not required to download, right? Directly you can open it and we can see the content. At the end of the course, you can download it. Answer my point here. Why? Because every day I'm going to do some changes here. When I save here in my system, automatically that will be reflected to even Google Drive. So we can use that. So in a single document, I can prepare diagrams and I can prepare like what their notes. I can prepare programs and everything I can do. If I want to upload any extra resource for you, in that folder, I will upload the extra resources. Understand it here? So all of you checked this URL or not? Right, so those who are in online, better to use this now onwards. So now onwards, that notes will come through this document. Standard document here I prepared. Okay, opened or not? Right, sir. Then I'm going to share this one through your Google Classroom also. Just 1 minute. Let me share this through Google Classroom. 1 minute. Mm, right, sir. Advanced Java. Here I'm giving that information to you. Right, sir. In Google Classroom also we are given this link information. Try to take that and save that link in our system. In our system permanently. Then wherever we want to open that nodes there, just try to follow this link. There automatically we are able to get that advanced Java nodes. Max from now onwards, I may not go for what there Google Classroom. Every time I'm going to prepare our content through the document only. Try to remember this link forever up to the end of your advanced Java total up to the JSPs and JST up to that. I'm going to provide the same thing in the same notes, so we can use this. Right, sir. That's fine. Can I close this? Already that post are given there in the Google Classroom. I try to use this one time. So if I have any better option, better than this, if I have any better than this approach, I'll let you know. Then I will give some information to you by the time. But as of now, this is a better solution here now. Right, sir. We are using Oracle 12. So which OJDBC jar file we have to use? Uh, Ritik, and how many jar files here we are getting there? I think so. If it is a 12C, you may have OJDBC 8 or OJDBC 9. I think so. OJDBC 9 you are able to get. If it is Oracle 12C, OJDBC 9 or OJDBC 8, either of the thing might be available. We can use either of the thing, but we have to use the Java version 8 or above. 8 or above version we have to use. Don't use below versions of Java 8. If we use OJDBC 8 or if we use OJDBC 9, no, better to use Java 9 or above versions. Don't use below versions there. That's the scenario. OJDBC 7 and 6 are available. Okay, no problem. Better to use OJDBC 7. OJDBC 7 we can use there, but your Java version should be 7 or above. Then only it will work. Okay, we can use that. 6 is not required. It is a completely outdated version there. Guys, is that point is clear to all of you? Right. So in the Google Classroom also I given that link. Now try to save that link in our system permanently. Prepare one text file on the desktop like links. Inside this we can provide what there. All of them we can store. For every course I'm planning to prepare in this way until I'm identifying another best approach. But as of now, this is a best approach. No, if I identify any newer approach, best approach, there I will use that anyway. Right, sir. So next one. It's okay, guys. Now, will you practice this example? Will you practice these examples here? Type 4 driver I given. Type 4 driver, how to create a table also be here I given there. Now, here, let me explain the next program here now. What is my next program here? Observe carefully. APP 03. 03 or 04? 04. Okay, fine. Here, what is my next program actually? And prepare JDBC program. Prepare JDBC application to create table in a database by taking table name, comma, column names, comma, primary key, columns, comma, primary key column, not columns or columns, no issues there. Primary key column, comma, column data types and column sizes as dynamic input. This is my program, guys. Okay, create a table in a database, in the database. Okay, fine. Right, so now this is my program here. Prepare JDBC application to create a table, in a JDBC application, to create a table in a JDBC in a database by taking table name, column names, primary key column, column data types, and column sizes as a dynamic input. Everything we want to take as a dynamic input. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? Okay, fine. Now, here, one more point here I'm telling to you. Try to understand it, guys. What's the point I'm telling to you? Listen carefully. In general, for creating table, what is the query we have used up to now? Create. Now tell me, what is the table here now? What is the query there? Create. Then what next one here now? Table. Say for example, EMP1 only. Table name I have taken. Then what next one here? Parameter, parenthesis. Then what next one here? ENO. Then what we have taken there? Number. What next one? Okay, some 5. Whatever it may be. Size may be anything. Here we have used primary key or not? Comma. Then what next one you know? E name. Then what next one you know? Varchar 2 of 10. Comma. E cell. What next one you know? Float of 5. Comma. E ADDR. What we are able to provide there no? Varchar 2 of 10. This is the query here. In general, that query we are able to write in this way only. Got my point or not? Okay. Create a table EMP1. That's okay, fine. Guys, now tell me how many columns we declared as a primary key? Only one column here we declared as a primary key, but my requirement is one column or more than one column as a primary key. I don't know at present. That depends on dynamic input. That depends on the user option. If user is saying create a table name and column names, column data types, and column sizes he has given. With that, I have to prepare that. But user might be specified composite key. Composite key in the sense, what's the meaning of it? No, more than one column under single primary key. Am I right or not? More than one column as a primary key that we have to prepare now. But how we are going to represent more than one column as a primary key? No? I want to check your Oracle knowledge. How we are able to provide more than one key as a primary key? That uniqueness I want to identify with the two columns combination, not with a single column. Single column is not sufficient to identify uniquely. So I want to check that uniqueness by combining two columns. Then how it is possible to combine two columns as a single primary key? Right. If it is the case now, I will let SQL query now try to understand it. What's that query here? We have to write there. Don't use a primary key here. Don't use primary key there. Cut it. At the end of the after completion of all columns, comma. Then write what there? Primary key. Parenthesis. There we can specify what there? ENO. Now ENO is a single column is acting as what there? Primary key. If you want to go for more than one, comma ename. Then what's the meaning of it? No, now here how many columns are acting as primary key? No, two columns are acting as primary key. Am I right or not? So in this way, we are able to prepare our SQL query to allow composite keys in our database table. Composite key. Now here, combination of VN1 and ename is acting as what their primary key. Uniqueness will be checked with this combination only. Yes, sir. All of you are getting my point or not? Say for example, how it's going to be available here. For example, ENO, ename, ESAL, EADDR table is available. Am I right or not? Now here, for example, I'm telling to you 111 AAA, some 5000 and some IDV. This is one record. Now observe carefully 111 BBB 6000 and Hyderabad. This is another data. Now tell me, I'm asking one question there, that both the records are same record or duplicate record now? That means primary key is the same primary key or different primary key? Now tell me here. Primary key is the same primary key or different primary key? That means what's the meaning of it now? Is this record is allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. As per this combination, 111 AAA is one unique identity. 111 BBB is what they know? Another unique identity. Both are not same. Of course, the DNO column name values are same. Say for example, if I provide only ENO here as a primary key, then this is invalid. The second record is invalid. Uniqueness is not identified. Where we are able to get some error whenever we are entering the second record now. Are you getting my point or not? But whenever we provided like ename there, then here 111 AAA will be checked as an unique identity. Next one is 111 BBB is acting as what they know? An unique identity. Not only that, 222 AAA, now here it will be like what there? 7000. Now it will be like what? The right batch. Now tell me, 222 AAA is available. Again, this is another unique identity. Next one after that, here what I am telling there, 222 BBB, then what next one? No, 8000, then after that Hyderabad. Now this is acting as like what there? Another unique identity. So whenever we are taking this composite case now, this advantage here we are able to get. That uniqueness we are able to provide by combining both the names here. That uniqueness we are getting by combining what there? Both the names here. All of you get my point or not? Alright, sir. Now just I saved this one. This is what exactly the process here I'm telling there. All the records are independent records only. All are uniquely identified records only. Even though ENO values are repeated, ENM values are repeated, but the combination of ENO and ENM we have to take as a unique identity. Then only here we are able to achieve it. Guys, this is not Java I'm talking now. This is Oracle. You might be aware about all these things already. Separately, we are conducting Oracle classes to get all these points only. In JDBs, I require this knowledge. Of course, even if you are not aware about it, no. Now here itself, I'm telling to you. I think so. This is a fundamental topic only. Every Oracle trainer might be covered this one. Okay, right, sir. If you are not having awareness about it, now try to get more content of this particular one here. Right, sir. Now this is one thing I'm telling to you. Apart from this, what I'm telling to you, this example here I have to prepare there. So try this example, guys. Before come for tomorrow's class, try in our own way. There's an assignment I'm giving to you. Then definitely I will prepare this example, no doubt for that. Then I think so maybe except one or two members, might be almost all the members are not going to create this, but attempt is required. Your attempt is required. So inside this, then what we have to use a type 4 driver only. Don't use throws keyword. Try catch finally only we have to use. Then after that, dynamic input approach, buffer data only. By using these, we are able to prepare this application. Will you prepare this application? Try for it. How much you are going to complete it now? Try for it. Anyway, I will explain inside the classroom there. Then we can compare your knowledge with my knowledge. Then if it is matched, we are good. If it is not matched there, identify where we are doing some mistake now. Right? That's fine, guys. This is one point here. Then after that, I said to you yesterday, some kind of work is going to be happen inside this room there. Maybe tomorrow, direct live class might be. I may plan for this on day after tomorrow max. But anyway, tomorrow I will give once again confirmation for it. Then after that, we are going to take. If it is a case now, 4 to 5 days of time, we have to attend in only online. 4 to 5 days of time, we have to attend in only online classes. Then after that, again, we have to come for this class. Why? Because some tiles work is going to be happen here. There's a problem now. I don't have any intention to call all of you for online care. Then situation is demanding like that. Okay, right, sir. That's all for today. And how to insert values, I will give information to you. Don't worry for it. Inserting the data, next JDBC program is what there. After completion of this, inserting records only. I will check these examples. Don't worry for it. Right, guys. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Please, once again, last time telling there, I give you some new data now. Are able to get this total data or not? Just close that browser. Again, take in, or else maybe go back in our browser. Again, open the document. There we are able to get the changes also. There we are able to get changes also. Observe carefully, right? Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining content. Tomorrow offline class is available. Come to the class. Day after tomorrow onwards, I may think about it. I may get confirmation today. Then tomorrow come to the class there. Then day after tomorrow onwards, you may attend through what there online. But tomorrow I will confirm it. Come to the class on tomorrow, and tomorrow I will confirm it. Right, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow.